By now, you should have received a ballot for California's March 2024 primary election. But I've got a warning for you. California politicians are up to their dirty tricks again. They're lying to you on the ballot measures. Plus, I'm going to walk through Reform California's endorsements and our plain English voter guide to help you cast an informed ballot. All that and more coming right up. I'm Carl DeMaio, chairman of Reform California, and here we are. We are in the March 2024 primary election, and there are a lot of important measures on the ballot and a lot of crucial candidate races on your ballot. Unfortunately, politicians are up to their tricks, their dirty tricks, trying to deceive you, particularly when it comes to those ballot measures. They're using false and misleading titles on the ballot. And that's why at Reform California, we offer something called the Plain English Voter Guide. And we're going to walk through the highlights of that and how you can get more information on what's on your ballot. We also have issued endorsements. This is very important. Endorsements in key candidate races from U.S. Senate all the way to the legislature, all the way down to judge races and school board races. We vetted candidates using our criteria of, number one, they have to be opposed to tax increases. Number two, they have to be supportive of police and law enforcement. Number three, they've got to be respectful of parent input in our schools. And number four, they have to be absolutely committed to securing the border here in California by ending the sanctuary state policies and by stopping all these welfare programs for illegal immigrants. So we have these criteria we apply in every race. We vet candidates and we issue an endorsement. This is also important because the left-wing candidates, they're more united than those of us on the center right. The Democrats basically get behind one candidate and they go for broke. On the center right, we get too many candidates in some races running for office. And so there is a big risk that we could be shut out of important races. Remember, California uses the top two voting system, which means that the top two candidates of any party with the most votes in the primary advance to a runoff in the November election. You don't have a guarantee that one Democrat and one Republican will be in that runoff. So we have to engage in what we call strategic voting. Very important that we unite behind the best, most competitive candidate in each of these seats. So let me start out by telling you the resources we've got for you. So the Reform California Plain English Voter Guide translates the ballot measures on your ballot from the confusing, deceptive titles and summaries that politicians give you to plain English. Go to the website, electionguidecalifornia.org, or if you go to Reform California's website, you can click under Voter Guide at the very top, or go to electionguidecalifornia.org, electionguidecalifornia.org. That will take you to this landing page here. This has the online version of the voter guide, both statewide as well as individual county voter guides. So we got San Diego County, Orange County, Riverside County, San Bernardino, Los Angeles County, and Central Valley. If your area is not covered in those individual county guides, just go ahead and use that statewide voter guide. So let me click under the statewide voter guide real quickly here. What we've got is the description of our criteria here. You have an opportunity to engage in the fight to take back California. First and foremost, we are organizing barbecue, beer, and ballot events in each part of the state. These are fun events to make voting simple and secure by walking through the voter guide that I'm about to share with you, answering questions, as well as harvesting ballots for anyone who would like to turn in their ballot. We will take custody and make sure that it gets put into the registrar of voters office in your area. But the barbecue, beer, and ballot events are really fun. And I encourage you to find one in your area and attend it and bring your friends. Drag them out. I mean, who can argue with free beer and barbecue? This is our form of ballot harvesting. So you have an event schedule that you can click on here with the dates of all sorts of barbecue, beer, and ballot events. Look at all those. Coachella Valley, Laguna Niguel, Carlsbad. So a bunch of events that are up there that you can register for. By the way, these are free events. You can also host your own event. What we do is we encourage you to sign up, use the toolkit that we've given online, and let us know about your event so we can help promote it and help support you in hosting an event. You can do it in your backyard, and then you can use this video or your own walkthrough of our voter guide for your friends that you invite. And so you can sign up online to host your own barbecue event. So the first thing to do to get involved is attend one of the events or host an event. Second thing, sign up to volunteer. We're sharing the voter guide by having volunteers like you make phone calls from home, from the comfort of your own home. You can make phone calls to target voters in swing seats, as well as send text messages, post social media links with the voter guide on your platforms, as well as canvas door to door with our door hangers. So sign up to volunteer. And then finally, contribute. We need more funding ASAP for the mailers, the texts, and the ads that we're running with the Plain English Voter Guide. And so we really need your help. Chip in a donation online, and that will help us fund the voter guide campaign to distribute voter guides throughout the state of California, particularly in those target seats. All right, let's get into the voter guide itself. So when you clicked on this California statewide voter guide, it gave you the options to get involved, because we always are trying to get you involved in the campaign to take back our state. But here's the voter guide itself. So the statewide voter guide has only one statewide initiative on it. It's Proposition 1, and we're urging a no vote. Here's the politician's ballot title. Authorizes $6.38 billion in bonds to build mental health treatment facilities, provides housing for the homeless. Now that sounds very attractive, right? Who can be against housing for the homeless or mental health treatment facilities? Well, let me translate it into what it actually does. Plain English title, Prop 1, raids treatment programs to subsidize government welfare housing built by rich, politically connected developers. And so we provide you with a paragraph description of what Prop 1 does. And it's really bad. It raids a third of our mental health treatment funds at the local level, diverts the money into these bonds so that developers can get $6 billion plus to build these $1 million per unit condo towers. And they give the keys to homeless people with no requirements that they get mental health or substance abuse treatment or abide by any rules. If you want more information on why we've encouraged a no vote on Prop 1, go to this website, cleanupourstreets.org. That's cleanupourstreets.org. And we have the top 5 reasons to vote no on Prop 1. It's all laid out there, billions in debt. It eliminates your voting rights to stop bad welfare projects from coming into your neighborhood. It locks in the failed homeless policies that say that you can't require homeless to undergo treatment or follow rules. It subsidizes politically connected developers who then give campaign contributions back to the Democrat politicians of our state. And it, of course, diverts funding from the mental health treatment programs that we need to get to the root cause of homelessness. So we urge a no vote on Prop 1. Then underneath your ballot measures, there's all sorts of races for the legislature, both the Congress list, the legislative candidate lists by state Senate and state assembly district, and then, of course, all the way down to the final race, which is the Democrat and Republican nominations for president, because we're technically nonpartisan. Again, we have yet to find Democrats that are willing to really reform California, but we're willing to put aside party label to support reformers, but we've yet to find satisfactory Democrats on the ballot. So for U.S. president, of course, President Donald Trump. Vote for President Donald Trump for the Republican nomination. And of course, for the Democrat nomination, we just simply say, you're doomed. You're doomed. I'd like to say you're screwed, but you're definitely doomed. And you'll notice the you are doomed in certain other races like Assembly District 78 and 79. You are doomed. You're doomed. If we can't make a decision on candidates running, we just say no endorsement. Of course, I'm running for Assembly District 75 in the San Diego County area. Please, if you live in that area, please vote for me for Assembly District 75. We have endorsements of our Reform California caucus members, people like Henny Abraham in Orange County, people like Kate Sanchez in Orange County and Riverside, or of course, my good friend Bill Asaley in Riverside. And of course, in each of these races, we are going to be trying to help our endorsed candidates get across the finish line by doing ads. Let me share with you a county version of the voter guide real quick, because that'll get you into school board races and into your judge races. So this is the San Diego County voter guide. And here you've got the same information: barbecue, beer, and ballots. You've got information on volunteering to distribute the voter guide. And of course, a request for contributions. So here is the statewide voter ballot measure, Prop 1. And we explain what Prop 1 is, and we urge a no vote. Here's the local ballot measures: Measure A, B, and C. Measure A is authorizing outside counsel for the audit committee. We encourage a yes vote because we believe that there should be outside counsel rather than having a politician provide legal advice. Let the audit committee have outside counsel when necessary. Measure B and C are tax increases. But when you read the title, you don't know it's a tax increase. So we're exposing the local tax hikes on your ballot. And we do this for each of the counties. So check it out at electionguidecalifornia.org. Then, of course, we take in each of the counties and we just focus on the seats that are on your ballot in that specific county. And then finally, candidate races. Here are our judges that we've endorsed in San Diego County. And then we get into the local races there. And we also have Republican Central Committee. Each county has a Republican Central Committee. We strongly are supporting grassroots candidates rather than insiders and rhinos and establishment figures. And so here are 9 endorsements per supervisorial district in San Diego of grassroots activists that we think will help us shake up the Republican Party in San Diego County. Again, we do the Central Committee endorsements in the counties where we've got Central Committee candidates that we're backing. So those are the voter guides. Let me talk about voting real quick. If you go to electionintegrityca.com, I want to make sure I'm giving you the right electionintegrityca.com. Electionintegrityca.com. This page will come up. It's for the Transparency Foundation's Secure the Vote initiative. It is a nonpartisan effort to educate voters on how to secure their ballot, to verify that their vote was counted, and to report any problems they're having in casting their ballots. So on this website, electionintegrityca.com, you'll learn first about the safe way to vote: send, audit, fix, examine. We urge everybody to send in your ballot early in the election. And I know that that might go against some of your friends trying to push conspiracy theories of, oh no, vote at the end, vote on election day. No, don't do that. Here's why. I want you to vote in the first week, because that way you can track your ballot and verify that it was actually received and counted. That's where the audit comes in. So if you send it in the first week, that gives the Postal Service time to deliver it, or you can drop it off at your registrar of voters office yourself if you don't trust the postal system. But send it in the first week. Then the next week, verify on this website, where's my ballot.sos.ca.gov. You can click on that link and you can put in your name, first name, last name, date of birth, and your postal code, and it will give you the status of your ballot. And you can verify that your ballot was indeed received and, of course, counted. If you wait to the end, it's absolutely possible that your ballot will be rejected weeks after the election, and you'll never know. That's why I want you to take responsibility for securing the integrity of your own ballot by voting early. Track your ballot in the second week. If it's not counted by the third week, you have fix your election by fix your ballot. If it's not counted by day 20 of the election, then you can go into the registrar of voters office and demand a second ballot. Again, if you wait till election day and your ballot's rejected, you can't get a provisional ballot. So you can get a second ballot called a provisional ballot and vote again, second time. The registrar of voters will only count one of your ballots, but that provisional ballot is seen as an insurance policy for you. And then finally, examine. Send, audit, fix, examine. Examine means Participate in the poll watching process. The Transparency Foundation is recruiting election workers and volunteers to monitor the polling locations. And so you can sign up for that role on their website. If you have a problem with your ballot, please report it at problemballots.com. Problemballots.com. When you click on that link or go to problemballots.com, you'll get this form and it goes to our help desk. You put in your information and you then will have information. You can upload pictures of bad ballots or whatever you're experiencing. And then a case manager will contact you to give you assistance or follow up and refer it to our legal team for investigation. As I mentioned, there are opportunities for you to sign up and take a paid job in your local election office to process the ballots and check the signatures. There's also the ability to volunteer to poll watch, and we provide training. There's actually a training slide deck video here where you can actually learn more about how you can be an election monitor and how that process plays out. Finally, if you have any issues, any questions about election integrity or the safe method of voting, you can contact the Transparency Foundation at that website. They have an email address and they have a phone number for you to use. Back to our voter guide. If you go to electionguidecalifornia.org, it will take you to this page and you will have the statewide guide as well as the individual county guides. I am urging you to help us turn out the vote in this election. Do not wait until election day, because if you wait till election day, in addition to not being able to verify that your ballot was counted, it will cause us a long line on election day if everyone just shows up on election day. The polling shows, and the Democrats know this in California, that conservative voters want to vote on election day. They all want to wait. What have the Democrats done? They're suppressing the vote by reducing the number of polling stations on election day. Less polling stations, bunch of conservative voters show up. Maybe it rains that day. What do you have? You have a disaster. You have long lines and it suppresses our vote. We need to make sure that our conservatives, our voters, bank the vote early, verify that their ballot was actually counted, fix it if there's any problem, and use election day to drag friends to the polls with no lines. So it's easy for them to vote and there's no excuse for them not to. So I urge you, use this voter guide. We need to make this voter guide come alive. We don't have the money that the Democrats have to run a bunch of TV ads, but we do have you. And what we want you to do is share the voter guide by emailing it and texting it to your friends, as well as posting it to your social media pages or hosting one of those barbecues that I just referenced. We'll help you host, we'll help you organize, we'll help promote it. But you've got to get this voter guide into the hands of friends and family and neighbors. Make it go viral. That is the way we will flip seats. And I urge you to be part of this effort. So contact us. If you have input on the voter guide, if you think we missed a candidate, let us know. We update it real time. That's why it's a web address, and we urge people to go to the website to get the full voter guide so we can make this interactive. If we're missing a candidate, let us know. We update the voter guide continuously all the way to election day. You can contact us at reformcalifornia.org, reformcalifornia.org. That's the website. There's a contact button right down there, reformcalifornia.org, that you can click on. And again, share the website address everywhere you can. Text it, email it, put it on your social media page at electionguidecalifornia.org. In closing, we do need money to mail out the voter guide, to text it, and to run ads. So if you can't be as active as a volunteer, let us take it from here, but give us the resources, the financial resources to do that at reformcalifornia.org. Just click on the contribution button, and we will put every donation we get to good use to tip the scales in California. Until next time, Carl DeMaio, Chairman of Reform California. Help us break through the censorship of the liberal media. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and smash that notification button so you can stay up to date on all the developments in California news and politics. Also, please visit the website, reformcalifornia.org, for ongoing news coverage and to join one of our campaigns in the fight to take back our state. If you can, please sign up as a volunteer or chip in a contribution. This episode of Reform California with Carl DeMaio, paid for by Carl DeMaio for State Assembly 2024.